There's nothing quite like a good murder mystery, is there? The discovery of the body, the gathering of the evidence, the brilliant deduction that leads to the killer's capture, and the explanation of everything at the end.
And then we have Bodies, an 8-part miniseries published by Vertigo, which is a murder mystery, but follows none of those conventions. Well, apart from discovering the body. But even that's not what you expect.
This mind-bending story is written by Cy Spencer, with art by Dean Ormston, Phil Winslade, Megan Hetrick, Tula Latay, and with colours by Lee Lockridge. Why the 4 artists? Because this story takes place over 4 different time periods with 4 different detectives all trying to solve a murder. The twist is it's all the same murder.
And that's not the last twist by a long shot. Edmund Hillinghead is a police inspector in 1890, the days of Jack the Ripper, struggling to do his job while hiding a dark secret. Charles Whiteman is an escapee from the Polish ghettos in 1940, now a crooked cop profiting from the war. Shahara Hassan is a detective sergeant in 2014, a Muslim officer dealing with daily race riots. And finally, we have a young woman in 2050 known only as Maplewood.
But how do they all connect? How can they all be investigating the same murder? What is the deal with the repeated phrases and symbols across the different eras, and who is that guy with the one eye? These are the questions you'll be asking yourself while you read this book, and quite possibly after you've finished. And look, all I can tell you is there are no easy answers.
It is a head-scratcher, isn't it? You've got themes of civil unrest, bigotry, cultism, you've got messianic imagery, fatalism versus self-determination, but what you don't get is an explanation, or not a complete one at least. I've read this book through twice, and it does make more sense the second time, but there are still plenty of questions. My question for you is, did you enjoy it?
Look, you know what? Just like all the other questions about Bodies, it's a really hard one to answer. The artwork is solid throughout, although Tula Latay's artwork for 2050 London is probably the standout for me, matching best with Spencer's twisted narrative. Look, I really enjoyed this story, but I can't help but shake this feeling of being dissatisfied with how it all pulled together in the end. Not last episode of Lost dissatisfied, but still feeling a little bit shortchanged. I think I'm going to give this one a borrow.
Well, for me, the standout artwork was by Megan Hetrick for the present-day time period London, although my favourite storyline was with Whiteman in 1940, the bad cop who almost ruins everything.
But in the end, his actions don't matter, do they? I mean, that's another thing that kind of bugged me about this. All the decisions that these detectives made didn't seem to have any impact on the outcome. I felt like they were just chess pieces being moved around.
See, whereas I felt like they were being tested and given the opportunity to rise to the occasion. And in the end, I think the fact that we're still dissecting and arguing about the point of this book is what made it so good.
True.
I'm going to give it a buy. I recommend you check this one out, but only if you're willing to put the work in.
Alright, give it to me again. I'm going to try again.
Okay. Oh, just right here.
Yeah.
Okay, can I? Shh.